The rental house. A true experience. In July 2004, I landed an internship at my university's first affiliated hospital. To cut down on commute time, I teamed up with a junior from Guangdong and found a bargain of 500 yuan per month, 2-room rental near the hospital. We each paid 250 yuan. The place was on the 4th floor of an old building, a classic 2-bedroom, 1-living room setup. The landlord had merged the living room with a small room, likely to expand the living space. The furniture and decor screamed 1990s, looking rather shabby. But the price was right, so we took it without hesitation. My junior, being a kind-hearted soul, offered me the master bedroom with its old, rickety window air conditioner while he opted for the living room, which had a large bed. The moment we opened the master bedroom door, we were greeted by a refreshing coolness. It was July, and Changsha, one of the 4 new furnaces in China, was sweltering. The living room was baking under the sun, with furniture and floors hot to the touch. In contrast, my room, despite having the same window orientation and no air, con or drawn curtains, was delightfully cool. I was thrilled, feeling like I'd struck gold, but I also felt a twinge of guilt for my junior, as the living room was like an oven compared to my refrigerator-like room. I tried to convince him to let me pay more rent, but he refused, perhaps out of politeness. That year, I was reeling from a recent breakup. I was a bit down, but I knew I had to keep it together for my hospital work. As an intern, I needed to present a good face to patients. My days fell into a routine: hospital, internet cafe, and back to the rental house. During the day, I focused on my internship tasks. After work, I'd lose myself in online games at the internet cafe, often staying until late. At night, I'd lie in bed, reminiscing about my lost love until sleep finally claimed me, though sometimes heartbreak kept me up all night. The first month passed uneventfully. One day, while napping at home with the curtains drawn and the old air conditioner humming, I had a strange dream. In it, I was also napping in the rental house when I woke up to find my grandmother and mother chatting beside me. I was shocked. They had no way of knowing where I lived. Before I could get an answer, I noticed movement in a small black low cabinet beside the bed. I recognized it as the one in the living room where my junior stored his clothes. Curious, I opened it, expecting a kitten or puppy. Instead, I saw a beautiful little monkey. As I reached for it, an old, withered hand shot out and grabbed me. I screamed and slammed the cabinet door. My grandmother called my father, who rushed in with a clothes hanger stick. When he opened the cabinet, a thin, shriveled old lady emerged. She was terrified, repeating, "Don't hit me. I didn't come by myself. Someone sent me." We couldn't get any more information from her, so we escorted her out. I remember her hunched figure and her repeated words as she walked away. Then my work alarm woke me up, and I dismissed it as a strange dream. A few days later, during another nap, I had a new nightmare. I was in my real-life rental house bed when I woke to a middle-aged couple arguing in my room. They seemed oblivious to my presence. I couldn't tell if they were married, but my gut told me they were connected to the house. They argued fiercely, in a language I'd never heard before. It was so strange, I couldn't describe it. Annoyed, I shouted at them to leave. They turned and glared, then started speaking rapidly in that incomprehensible language, and advanced towards me. Just as the man's hand was about to reach me, I woke up in a cold sweat. I told myself it was just a nightmare and tried to move on. 2 nights later, on my way home from the internet cafe at 11 p.m., I heard my name called. I turned, thinking it was a classmate, but saw no one. A few meters later, I heard my mother's scolding voice. I froze, realizing she had no idea I was here. Remembering the old superstition about the 3 flames on a person, I started running. I was nearsighted, and the dark staircase made it worse. As I reached the 3rd floor, I felt something like a silk scarf wrap around my left leg, but I broke free. Once inside, I told my junior about these strange experiences. He just looked at me blankly and suggested I might be sick or overthinking. I knew if someone else told me this story, I'd be skeptical too. But these events had left me shaken, and I couldn't shake the feeling that there was something seriously wrong with this rental house.